I did see a beach ball floating around outside. I don't think we've ever had a beach ball in the nursing commencement. Does anybody recall? No. We've never had a beach ball. I hope I'm not going to see too much of it. A little is good, a lot is tacky. I'm going to introduce someone who is very familiar to you. Kylie Angell led the class of 2013 through the academic adventure that ends with your success today. Only a temporary ending, though, until you come back for your graduate degrees, I'd like to remind you. As class president, she will deliver remarks on behalf of the class of 2013. Kylie is the recipient of the Sparrow Ducker Student Humanitarian 2013 Achievement Award. She is the co-founder of the Revolution Against Rape and UConn's March to End Victim Blaming. Last month, Kylie traveled to Vassar College and gave a 2-day workshop on sexual consent and activism on campus. In addition to sexual violence prevention, Kylie also advocates for women with postpartum depression and became a postpartum doula. Following graduation, she will be leading educational groups in New Mexico and educating homeless Hispanic women on general pregnancy support and postpartum expectations, and has accepted a position at Norwalk Hospital. The Provost Office, the Alumni Association, and the Women's Center annually honor outstanding women from each school. For 2013, Kylie is also the recipient of the Outstanding Woman Scholar Award from the School of Nursing. Kylie, please join me.
And I just wanted to say happy birthday to Dean Cusson also. Good afternoon, Dean Cusson, faculty, staff, family members, and fellow graduates. It is my great privilege to welcome you here today in celebration of the UConn Nursing Class of 2013. The modern founder of nursing, Florence Nightingale, got it right when she wrote that she attributed her successful career as a nurse to the fact that she never took or gave any excuse. This quote is a testament to the commitment, direction, self-confidence, and dedication needed to reach this stage in our education. I know that each graduate will continue to live up to the words of Florence Nightingale, or as we fondly call her, Flo. With that in mind, it is only right to first extend the warmest of thanks to all of our dedicated professors, clinical instructors, and staff for supporting us along this journey to becoming a professional nurse. Also, the irreplaceable and immensely important roles that each graduate's parents, guardians, spouses, extended family, and friends have played cannot go unrecognized. Together, you have all positively impacted our lives in many ways, and without you, we would not be here today. Thank you. Before we talk about life after graduation, let us reflect on the road we've traveled to get to where we are today. I vividly remember us as freshmen, wandering around campus with a campus map in hand, searching for a place to use those things called points, or were they called Husky Bucks, with a freshman orientation lanyard dangling proudly around our necks. Though all these signs easily distinguished us to the rest of the campus as doe-eyed first-year college students, nothing was getting in our way of feeling all grown up and independent. Well, except maybe those homesick calls to a loved one, begging that they please send us a care package in the mail, preferably including the stuffed animal that you so boldly left out of your luggage, and a supply of homemade cookies to feed your entire new dorm of best friends. Our second year in nursing found us submerged in difficult anatomy and physiology coursework. After 2 long semesters of anatomy lab, I bet no one can say that they view cats quite the same way. That year, we encountered our first official experience with sphygmomanometers and Snell and eye chart tests with Professor McNulty in health assessment. We also have fond memories of 3 semesters of Professor Neepsey's pharmacology, pathophysiology, and microbiology classes. I speak for us all when I say that we will never again consider eating pickled mushrooms, coleslaw, or eclairs at a buffet. After all, Bob's your uncle. Our 3rd and 4th years, we began our journey of nursing clinicals. While the majority of our peers remained on campus for classes, in the comfort of a seat in a lecture hall, we checked our comfort zones at the door and were confronted with a wide spectrum of human experiences and emotions every day. Some students chose to embark on study abroad experiences and came back with memories to last a lifetime. Whether on U.S. soil or in a foreign country completing our rotations, we encountered death, birth, and every stage of life in between as we continued to develop our own nursing processes. The carpool rides back from our clinical sites ended up serving as an emotional debriefing and cool down for us following these long days, sometimes ending in tears, but more often in silence, smiles, and laughter. We commiserated over the sacrifices that set us apart from our peers. 4 semesters of very early wake-up calls, numerous 30-page long care plans, and wearing an ostomy bag during Halloween weekend is part of a simulation lab run by Dr. Diaz. With this commiseration, though, came reflection. Our college experiences were remarkably different than those of our non-nursing peers, but in the most profound way possible. The challenges faced and sacrifices made along the way to becoming registered nurses have brought us together and resulted in the formation of bonds unlike those of friendships outside of the context of nursing. Rousey Williams, a motivational healthcare speaker, accurately describes what it means for soon-to-be new graduate nurses like us to have chosen this field as our life's work, to do what nobody else will do, in a way that nobody else can do it, in spite of all that we go through, is to be a nurse. As we leave here today, ready to enter the ranks of healthcare professionals, let us never forget our roots. When we have the opportunity to be a preceptor for nursing students, let us embrace this as a learning opportunity and vow to impart upon these students the same attitudes and teaching models which we valued as a student. When we see a patient or a family member in distress, let us make the extra effort to provide the necessary counseling, which sometimes may just be our presence and willingness to listen. And most of all, never forget the words of Maya Angelou. The people with which we are privileged to work may forget our name, but they will never forget how we made them feel. Here's to a life of fulfilling work, touching the lives of those around us. I know that the members of the graduating class of 2013 will never give or take any excuse when it comes to being the best, the brightest UConn nurses. Congratulations, class of 2013, we have arrived.